Today, we're going to jump into a really raw, emotional video from a YouTube creator named Ritu. She recently got on camera, not to give one of her usual motivational talks, but to make a frustrated plea to her audience. And it really shines a light on this deep-seated tension between creators and, well, some of their viewers. So, let's get into it.
The title of her video was just blunt, all caps, "Stay away from me." That is a powerful thing for a creator to say, right? It immediately makes you wonder what on earth could push someone who depends on their audience to basically tell them to get lost. What happened here? So in the video, Ritu is quick to point out, hey, this isn't about my whole community. She absolutely loves her positive viewers. The real problem, she says, comes from two very specific types of commenters, and their negativity is starting to affect the entire vibe.
She kind of sorts them into two camps. First up, you've got the demander. This is the person who's always insisting she make videos on topics that have nothing to do with her channel. And then there's the misinterpreter, who seems to have this warped view that her entire channel is just about one specific adult-themed topic, totally ignoring everything else she does.
All right, so let's dig into that first group, the demander. This is really where you start to see this tug-of-war over who's in control and what the channel should be.
The big example she brings up is this flood of comments she got, all demanding that she start making videos about the coronavirus. It wasn't just a suggestion. It was this persistent push for her to completely change her content.
And her reasons for saying no, they're totally logical. First, she said, look, I'm not an expert in this. Second, the information was changing literally every day. And third, it just wasn't what her channel was about. But here's the real kicker. She actually caved and made a couple of videos on it, and the very same people who were demanding it didn't even bother to watch.
And this just perfectly captures the catch-22 she was in, because after she posted those videos, a whole new wave of criticism came in, saying things like, wait, are you a doctor? Are you a specialist? It just proved that trying to please that small, loud group was a game she was never going to win.
So that whole experience really led her to double down on her main point, how absolutely crucial it is for her to stick to her channel's identity.
And she's super clear about what her channel's all about. She calls it real-life-based videos. That's her brand, you know? It's the promise she made to her viewers, covering everything from relationships and careers to health and motivation for both men and women.
And for her, this is really the bottom line. YouTube isn't just a fun side project. She says, it's a type of business for me. Messing with her theme isn't just a little experiment. It's a huge risk that could impact her whole career and alienate the audience that subscribed for her content in the first place.
Okay, so now let's pivot to that second group that's causing all this frustration, the misinterpreter. She feels like these folks have just completely missed the point of her entire body of work.
And just to give you some scale here, even after deleting about 80 videos, Ritu's channel still has over 300 of them. We're talking about a massive library of content.
Now, by her own math, she figures only about 10% of all that content touches on adult or sexual topics. The other 90%, the vast majority, is about all that other real-life stuff. Parenting, motivation, you name it. And yet, for some people, that tiny 10% is apparently all they see.
So why is there such a disconnect? Well, her theory is pretty simple. The platform is a search engine. The algorithm is designed to show you more of what you're already looking for. So if her adult-themed videos are the only ones you ever see, it's probably because that's the kind of stuff you're already searching for.
You can feel the frustration building, right? And it all leads up to this final direct plea she makes to both of these groups, where she basically lays out her side of the story and her new rules of engagement. First, she wants to remind people what actually goes into making just one of her videos. It's not like she just turns on a camera and starts talking. There's a whole process: research, scripting, actually filming, then editing, and finally publishing. It is a huge amount of work. And that brings her to her 4 pretty clear requests. Number 1, please recognize the hard work. Number 2, if you can't say something positive, just be silent. Number 3, go search for the content that you actually want to watch. And finally, her most direct message of all: if you have a problem with my channel's theme, please just stay away. So, when you boil it all down, Ritu's story isn't just about one creator's bad day. It opens up this huge, fascinating question about the online world. In this relationship between the people who make stuff and the people who watch it, who gets to draw the lines in the sand? Is it the creator in their own space? Or is it the audience who gives them a platform in the first place? It's something to think about.